Okay, so Zeztz Phase 2 is officially in motion, and it looks peak. Holy crap. Alright, so first off, the most recent episode 24, was already awesome. You know, a great episode to have in the middle of the season. It shows how strong he's gotten since the beginning. He has a completely different mindset going into everything. It is great all around. Then you show me this peak looking friggin' poster, and I'm just like, we can only go up, because it genuinely looks great. First off, the Sneak Knight is back, which is good for him, I guess. Glad you're alive. But I mean, I thought that as well when I first saw him die. I was like, yeah, he's not dead. But actually, he was specifically listed as a secondary rider. So I mean, like, take that as you will. I feel like my theory that I made like a month or two ago about how Baku is going to split into two people. I mean, like, I feel like it's not that far off from what's about to happen, because as is, he's already having this weird identity crisis where he's like rejecting the whole Baku persona and he's rejecting the name. Now he's just Agent Number 7. And we also have the fact that there's like some random demon inside of his like dreamscape. And I mean, like, come on. Like, that's like, I already was trying to say that at some point, like Agent Number 7 would become like a nightmare, and then he would manifest in the real world, and then there would be two Bakus running around, and he would become like some weird rider or something like that. Come on, I literally said, come on, guys. I feel like one of the things that I feel like is going to happen is that Baku is going to become absolutely broken. As is, what was it, episode 23, episode 22? The dude crashed the weird moon thing into the planet, and he destroyed an entire dreamscape. What we know about the dreamscapes is that they reflect the basic universe. That's why whenever you do damage, at least when you're a nightmare, when you do damage in the dream world, you do damage to the real world, because they're like mirrored worlds. See, it's kind of like the mirror dimension. If you like, so like him destroying an entire dreamscape would mean he just destroyed an entire universe. But the reason why it didn't destroy the universe was because he wasn't in his nightmare form, because that's what the Zeztz form more or less is. It turns him into a nightmare so he can fight the nightmares. So since he did it in base form, it just didn't kill him. I'm telling you, this guy's gonna be one of the greats when his series is over. I'm telling you. And you know me, I love to be very intricate with my scaling. This guy is gonna be something. But yeah, no, this is great news. This new direction they're going in is great. Actually, one of the things I like the most about the season so far is that even though we've seen multiple writers, he's technically still the only writer that's like the main character. Like, we don't have like two main characters as writers. It's just Baku, and we're mid-season. At most, we're gonna have like 12 episodes of so. I feel like we're only have like 12 episodes of someone being like a secondary writer or something, or like secondary writer adjacent. Because, dude, there's no secondary writer this season. Obviously, a lot of you guys aren't gonna pick up on this, but it feels like it's very, very similar to how they treated the original Kamen writer, in the way that Ichigo had this very intimate story where, like, yeah, there were other writers, like there was like the Shocker writers, and there was also, you know, Nigo. But at first, Nigo wasn't really intended to even be relevant at all. It was just supposed to be Ichigo. So it's like one of these things where, like, it feels like we're going back to that formula of like there could be more than one writer, but there is the writer. Tell me what you guys think about this though, because I am very hyped. I feel like Zeztz has a potential to be one of the better Reiwa era series, and I don't think it has much competition, to be honest. I think like Gav and 01, if you could really say that. But like, I don't know. Like, this story just feels very interesting. Out of the Hype and Aura trio, only two of those characters are good, and it's not Gozu Wolf. I'm gonna leave that point before anyone gets angry. The funniest thing I've been bringing up to my friend, this is the last thing. The funniest thing I've been bringing up to my friend is how Gavin Infinity is like the FBI and Zeztz is like the CIA, because it's like Zeztz is working for the most blatantly evil ass company of all time, and like, I just find that so funny. He doesn't even care. Anyways, that's all I had to say. Bye.